4 and 5. 4 and 4 chapter 4 verses 4 and 5 in Ephesians. It's a cut, bro. Niggas can't get
Mhm.
around it. Paul said it's only one Lord, and he was sent by Christ. So is he talking about Yahweh? And Paul is, Paul was considered a Pharisee of Pharisees. This nigga kept the law to the T. So was he breaking the first commandment? You feel me?
Right.
Hell no. Hey, when you look in the scriptures, you ain't gotta insert him. He's right there. He said, "I am He." In Isaiah 48 and what is it, babe? What was it? Remember what verse that was on the top of my list? It's like 48 and 7, I believe. The nigga say, I mean not the nigga, but Yahweh says, he is a man, according to me. Everybody don't understand that, but he straight up says, "For mine own sake will I do it." He said nobody else is getting his glory. So what does it mean to enter the glory, or for Christ to enter the glory? How we glorifying Christ, and Yahweh say we ain't supposed to be glorifying nobody but him. Gotta
Right.
make it make sense. I'm telling you, when I send you this list tomorrow night, I'll be like, oh yeah, niggas is done.
Man. I mean, there ain't no way getting around it though. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like, at this point, this is too much. It's just too much for them to deal with, man. Straight up. And they looking confounded, man. I'm telling you, man. I hit Apostle and I hit uh Captain with the same sequence. And they couldn't take it. Right? They ain't know nothing. They don't even know nothing about Ezekiel. I asked him who was the man talking in the verse. He said it was Ezekiel.
Hey, if you notice, a lot of camps stay away from that. They don't even really deal with Ezekiel like that.
Yeah.
They don't deal with Ezekiel like that, and they don't deal with Daniel like that, because stories have been told that I guess these prophets had been killed at some point in time or threatened at some point in time because of them saying that they seen God and had only seen Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When they missing the point. These if someone was coming to them telling them these things, and Christ is referencing these people, these Christ referencing these same prophets. So now what are you gonna say?
Right. I mean, you can't say nothing for real. Only thing you could do is hold on to your doctrine that you is upholding over the scriptures.
Right. And that's all it is, bro. It's straight doctrine. And it got exposed that it was doctrine when Sinetta was smacking the shit out of Tazariak to the point the nigga said, "That's all I got." Like, I don't know if you peeped that or not. The nigga went through the same slideshow that Deacon goes through, that
Yeah.
Gorilla goes through, that what's my boy name from SOT? Uh Yawa, the little short nigga from SOT. All them they have the same slideshow, bro.
Man, it's a regurgitated, you know what I'm saying?
It's some One West shit.
Yeah, it's all regurgitated counterpoints. And I'm saying when I hit him with the Ezekiel and them verses that y'all be hitting them with, they not ready for that.
Hmm.
They not ready because they ain't heard of. I see. Obviously, y'all. They. But look, when I first went to Ezekiel, that's why he wanted to pass it off to Katazak because they not ready for that. He
Hmm.
was like, "Yo, you want?" He was like, "You want to do this?" You know what I mean, yeah, you tried to pass it off, but Katazak ain't really want no work with me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he ain't pass it off. So now I got, because I would have already whooped Katazak up. It would just be like I'm just whooping on Cotton. Nah, I got two captains, man. I'm just saying, I've been watching them for a long time. I ain't never seen nobody get both of them.
Hmm.
I got both of them on video, man. There's no way to get around it. I got Cat. You know what I mean? I ain't really get him how I wanted to because he cut it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't let me go to the rest of our verses. Only verse that I wish I would have took him to was Luke when he asked me, where does it say Christ is God? I should have took him to Luke 24:44.
Mm-hmm.
45. That's the only thing that after I hung, I was like, damn, I should have took him right there. That have murdered him. Because you can't get around when Christ said,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then when he's saying it, it's like if you don't get it, that means you don't get the understanding that he was talking about.
Man, you know what I use with one of his disciples? If one of his disciples call him God and he has no rebuttal, what does that mean? Because that means his disciples are gonna go teach that he's God. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take you to the precept where Thomas called.
Oh, when you after yeah, right. Yeah, you hit somebody with that. Who did you hit with that?
I can't even remember. I be rapping so many niggas across the head.
Yo, you hit somebody with that. They was fucked up, man. Hold on. Who the fuck did you hit with that, man?
It might have been Greg.
It might have been, yeah, it might have been Greg. He couldn't fuck with that at all.
It's John 20 and 28. It says, Thomas answered and said unto him, my Lord and my God. So he calling this person the same. He's calling somebody Lord and God, and it's one person. Who else is called Lord and God anywhere in the scriptures besides Yahweh? He's the Lord and God of Israel, period. Thomas realized who he was talking to and said it. Then Yahweh said unto him, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. He said, okay, nigga, you get it. You believed everything in the law if you understand who I am standing here before you.
Come on, man. The part that I don't understand. Once you see it, it's like they're fighting it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting the truth. I had the opposite opinion. And then when I seen what it was, I didn't need to see it 5, 6, 7 times. I didn't need nobody to argue me down about it. The first time I seen it, I said, oh shit, there it is. And I accepted me being wrong.
Hey,
What the
Kyrod,
fuck?
I told Apollo how Uncle Wayne, I can't remember if it was earlier this year or the end of last year. I know it was before Passover for sure. But Uncle Wayne chopped our ass up, man. He had a loss as hell. And nigga said, ain't nobody seen the Father. He went to 2 different places and said it. I said, oh, damn. How am I finna get around this? Because we all know people seen Yahweh.
Yeah. Like I said, when I had to accept, and when I seen it, like I said, I can't unsee it. You know what I mean? When it says the word of the Lord came to somebody, for some reason, people just is imagining a voice talking in the air.
Man, that should be crazy to me. Or
Right?
like it's going to be. That's like somebody saying, "In the word of Dwayne came to Apollo," but I'm not the one saying it.
Yeah. And then when in Jeremiah, he says, the word of the Lord came to me. And then he starts calling the word of the Lord, Lord.
Right.
I'm like, oh man, come on, man. Jeremiah's calling him Lord. Can't get around that, man. I'm just saying, every prophet said the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? They all said, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point. Like, we seen him, man. And then, like I said, it's like people want to say when the prophet's saying that he did, the person that's reading is saying that he didn't. That's what kills me. That
Mm-hmm.
literally kills me. Like, y'all are changing the words.
Mm-hmm.
If it say what it is, then that's what it is, man. At this point, there's always interpretation of the words, right? We get that, but not when it's blatantly plain like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's when when they say the hand of the Lord came to people. So now you saying that this hand of the Lord ain't what it is now. You
Mm-hmm.
have to change and say that the hand of the Lord is this invisible hand dealing with people and talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
When the hand of the Lord talks to Ezekiel, now what do you have to say about that? Now the hand, God's hand somehow is talking,
Mm-hmm.
right? A magical, his hand is the hand you can't even see anyway, because you can't see God's hand, but somehow his hand is talking and grabbing you.
Mm-hmm.
A visible hand grabbed you. How would you know that it was a hand if God's hand is invisible?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Let's just make it make sense. I'm just glad that there's more to the story, and the little part of the story that they telling. Yeah, it'll be that if you just describe the whole story in the little part that y'all telling. Y'all not telling the whole story. If y'all telling the whole story, you couldn't say the stuff that you said that they saying.
Exactly. Like shit. That's like if they tell the whole story, you can't even make some of their positions make sense. Like how they
No.
trying to say, like let's say the niggas that make Christ and Yahweh two separate deities, they literally try and say Christ was born from Yahweh in the spirit before the flesh. So if Christ was born from Yahweh and Christ was God, how do you go to John 1:1 where it says the word was God, but say that Christ isn't God? It don't make sense.
And guess what? In this, I got this understanding just a little while ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago. When
Mm-hmm.
it's talking about genealogies, that's what it's talking about. Well, don't be worried, because see, now if you start trying to do that right there, now you're worrying about genealogies that can't be explained. But
Mm-hmm.
people try to take that and take it to the man and be like, talking like me and you, talking about our genealogies. No,
Mm-hmm.
we understand our genealogies, but the genealogies you can't understand is what you just was describing, what you
Right.
just was talking about. Now, when you trying to understand how is he his own son, you not. That's the part where, yeah, you being posed. That's infinite knowledge right there. You trying to figure out, and
Mm-hmm.
we got finite minds.
And,
And
and
even
and then it's gonna have you blaspheming, saying
yeah,
a nigga, a deity that was God had a child that wasn't God.
yeah. Come on, I didn't even want to go there because somehow they're acting like if God had a child, that child's not God. I don't know, what is he then?
Right. Because John 1:1 said it was God. The same thing that was with God, it was God, according to John 1:1.
Man, every time I look, my son was what I was.
For sure.
I mean, the last times that I checked, I could have swore he was what I was, man. So, I mean, like I said, when you try to do their little wiggle game, don't work when all the scripture is brought out.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work. It just don't fit the narrative, man. Y'all change. That's why I say don't add or subtract, man. I had to tell y'all, niggas, because if that wasn't in there, we wouldn't be able to hold these niggas to nothing.
Man, I swear.
these niggas will be flipping and bouncing everything, man. God damn, I'm so glad he put that in there.
Man, you the only brother that I came across probably in the truth, period, bro. Even niggas in camps. That's literally gonna be like me every time. Like, man, let me answer your question with a scripture.
Yeah,
And if that's not the case, I'm me and you both gonna straight up say, well, I can't answer it in the scripture, but you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna
right.
let you know, shit, don't this is my words. You feel me? If it's my
Yeah,
And I prefer not to do that as much as possible.
As much as possible, man. I
But
know
at
it.
the same time, I'm not gonna run from your question just because I don't have a scripture for it.
Right. Truth. I mean, I feel like it's all the any question. I be wanting the questions,
Mm-hmm.
right? I be wanting a person to ask me the questions because if you can't answer the questions, then that don't mean you really know it. Then how you saying you just might have a theory on it, but when you can answer the questions, that's when you know it. Like
Right.
I learned more from niggas answering me the questions.
Right. And it tell us to be a light unto the Gentiles, right?
Hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, if you're not speaking from the oracles, it ain't no light in you. So if I'm trying to be a light to the Gentiles, I need to be trying to speak from the oracles. If I'm not speaking from the Bible, I'm not being a light. I'm just talking shit, being a lying ass man, according to the scriptures. Let Yahweh be the truth and every man be a liar.
And I mean, you can't get around that. Can't get around that right there, man. And I noticed that more niggas be preaching than they be teaching.
That's facts.
Straight up. That's what I noticed. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that these niggas be out here just talking, and most of the shit that they saying is because they heard it from somebody else and they didn't read it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you hear something long enough, you'll feel like you know it. You keep hearing your man say the same thing every day, breaking it down, but you ain't reading it for yourself. You just hearing your man's breakdown. Now you regurgitate. Now what's going on is breakdowns is being regurgitated. It's truth,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, my breakdown, you can understand it or and feel it, but that don't necessarily mean that it's the truth. Just my breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Hopefully it's lining up with the scriptures and it is saying the truth. But I don't see many breakdowns and I was like, man, that's not what that's saying, man. I
Shit.
don't know.
Hey, perfect example. Your boy Mod, that nigga just broke down John 4:21. The woman at the mount, the Samaritan woman at the mountain. He just was running his mouth. This nigga had no clue what he was talking about.
Who did that?
The video Karima dropped from Ahmad like yesterday or something.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh man. I said, man, this nigga right here. I said, man, this nigga's like him, man. That's what I mean by bug the fuck. Like niggas read this. I'm so glad it don't have that effect on me, man. Like because in the scriptures it say that God sent out, what I mean, a lie so that people they could just believe it, so they could get it. You know what I mean? Basically, like nigga, go that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying y'all this. Y'all go ahead and believe that because y'all wasn't believing me anyway. Y'all will believe this lie before y'all believe me. Here, let me send y'all the lie.
You know
Right?
what? Me and Kara, when I told you we was just cooking up for about an hour, we
Yeah,
came across a new precept that says that it's multiples that allude to exactly what you said.
yeah.
It's one in like Daniel 12, maybe like verse 7. It basically says it's gonna be a time where the wicked is just gonna be wicked, and
Hmm.
the and the people who understand are going to understand, and that's where it needs to be left at. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm about to read it verbatim.
And definitely say that in Revelation. Whoever's wicked, let him be wicked, man. Whoever's righteous, let him be righteous.
Let me see. Should we pay abomination? Where is it? Verse 6.
Yeah.
See, Brian from the coin. Where is that verse? So word means knowledge being increased. Hand the two how long I heard limb upon the right hand left unto heaven. Yeah, I think it's verse 8 and 9.
What?
Yeah, it's verse 10, respectfully. Daniel 12 and 10, it says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
Mm.
And this is after basically Daniel is questioning the Most High, asking him what was just revealed to him. And see, that's another thing that we got to remember. That's just like Ezekiel. Ezekiel wasn't all the way aware what was being revealed to him. That's why it had to be like processes taken for him to do something and understand what he was seeing. And that's why you got multiple chapters that's describing Ezekiel seeing the same thing. Because
Mm-hmm.
he's getting fulfillment of what he's seeing throughout the book of Ezekiel. That's why by the time you get to Ezekiel 37, he already knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So carrying out these commandments, knowing that he's doing and being called Son of Man, because he's doing the things that the Son of Man would do once Christ manifested into the flesh and became Son of Man. So he's calling Ezekiel Son of Man because Ezekiel already has the understanding that this God that has been revealed to him is going to be manifested into flesh, doing the same thing that he's telling Ezekiel to do.
Mm-hmm.
So just like Ezekiel had to prophesy to the dry bones, Yahweh Shai got to prophesy to the Gentiles. Just like Ezekiel had to write upon the sticks and join them together to bring Zion, which is bringing all 12 tribes as one again, Yahweh Shai has to come do the same thing.
Right.
So that's why niggas be mad, because man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to see more and more. It's almost like some of these camps is wicked, man. I never thought. I learned so much from them niggas, but it's like, man, y'all at some point it gotta be fixated. Like, how are y'all niggas fighting some of this shit? Why you don't hear no camp officers breaking down Ezekiel 1?
Not one.
Cause that shit say he's seen God, and it's clearly talking about Yahweh Shai. That's why they don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah. Man, I took him to Ezekiel 40 and made him say Christ, yo. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody never got the captain to say Christ is God, man. Look, I could have stopped it right there and be like, see, look. Now I wanted to just see how far I could take him in the deep waters.
So
I could have stopped it right there and be like, yo, you just said Christ is God. But I know it was getting taped. So I'm like, I ain't gotta say it. People gonna rewind it and see that he said it right there.
right, I see you put the 2 hour and 37 minute mark. Is that when you come on, or is that when you
That's when I come on.
bet?
Yeah. When I did that to Katazak, they didn't even put the video. You know, I had to come in on another live, talk shit in the comments for them to even put that Katazak. Me and Katazak going back and forth. They weren't even gonna put that out.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even gonna put it out. He did a live about he did the recap with him and Lord Abba. I made the nigga, he was in the comments. He stopped commenting in the comments. I started beating his chat up so bad. Dude was like, yo, man, you need to come back on, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do like a little recap thing. I like tell him to put the video out. And like 3 weeks later, they put the video out. I'm like, all right. But I never came back. Every time I tried to get back on, I couldn't get back on in Kataza. But I just got in on the captain. And yeah, man, it is what it is. Like he ain't let me cook all the way, but I think I got enough footage to you know what I mean? Like Apostle, it only took a couple. I mean, it didn't take that long. I only need you for a minute or two.
Yeah,
I make you see.
about it too. I think you were actually on the line when I could have possibly. Me and Kyra really tag team there. But I think you was on the line. He didn't have his camera on this day though. We was on StreamYard. And he was like, I must say, brothers, y'all done took me back. I've been studying this Bible over 30 years.
Oh yeah,
Y'all done brought me
yeah.
silence. He said, y'all brought me to complete silence.
Yeah. Look, you know when I seen Apostle again just recently after I did that to him on Salt Nutter, his name is back to Apostle. It ain't what was his name, man? Dika. What was JJ calling him?
Oh, that's not Mandika Molly.
No, Mandinka Molly was calling him. He had a Mandinka name too. He was Mandinka something 6,000 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think you're right. You're right.
Yeah, he back to Apostle, man.
Yeah, he was using them for a hitman almost.
He was calling him his war chief. Yeah, Apostles back to Apostles. They call him, man. He because I took him down to 1,000. I was like, you was 6,000. I took you down to 1,000. And now he just gave it all the way up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I literally got that nigga on tape
Oh,
saying that
got that
we
part
was
clip.
man, I got that shit clipped out already. I just knew that needed to be
Oh,
clipped
you know
out.
what? You sent that to me. I think
Yeah,
I
it's bro. I bet you it's in 3BY chat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's hilarious right there,
He
Joe.
said, "You niggas done brought me to dead silence."
Yeah.
He say, "I'm going back to the drawing board."
Yeah, man. There's some new sheriffs in town, man. That old school stuff that y'all was slinging ain't working no more, man. Y'all still got muzzles. Y'all got the little joints you guys stuff, muskets. We out here with ARs. Y'all got muskets, man. Y'all got shoot and reload, shoot, reload.
You know what's good about this position? You know that they have is you can count on your fingers the verses they gonna go to. That's they cornerstone. And
Yeah.
once they rip them off, it ain't nothing about four of them. Once they rip them off, they always run out of ammo.
Oh man. That's what their ammo ain't even the ammo. Like they got less verses now. You know what I'm saying? That the more that it comes out, they're gonna see that them verses don't work. Oh shit! I gotta get me some new verses, man. These niggas got it's a new day, man. It's a new fire.
I'm
That,
gonna try and
that
go back
old,
at Deacon next week. I'm just gonna pop in on his shit
yeah,
and see if he'll let us back on. But I don't think he gonna do it actually.
for real.
Nope. I think Deacon gonna duck. Sound like you don't. Man, listen, bro. The man went back and he categorized the whole video.
I forgot to
Yeah,
tell
I'm
you
finna
that.
tell him. And he literally got like this first, like the second or third part.
Uh huh.
He literally bookmarked it. Christ is Yahweh.
It don't say is Christ Yahweh. It don't have a question mark. It say Christ is Yahweh. He being funny, but he's being for real. If you get what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
He put the title of our point
yeah.
as that section of the video.
Wow.
But what it did was it gave us proof that they actually went back. I bet you he put that in that varsity online
Yeah.
and probably had a panel of like 25, 30 people working on it. And I'm pretty sure he clipped that video out before he just showed that to all them niggas.
Man, these niggas is definitely cooked geese.
Did you show Apollo that Deuteronomy 32 and show and link it up with that Revelation? What that was, Revelation 10.
We just went through so much. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know, it said he lifted up his hands to heaven.
Oh,
Was that is either 4 or 10?
hey, who's in heaven for Yahweh to be lifting his hands up to heaven if nobody's above him? You get me, Apollo?
What'd you say, bro? I could.
Heaven?
Hold on, let me turn this down. Say it one more time.
Who's in heaven for Yahweh to have to lift his hands up to heaven if there's no one above him or beside him, according to him?
Hold on, man. Say that again. Make
Yeah,
that name again.
I'm sending you the scripture right now, brother.
Yeah.
And I'm finna read it. You got Revelation 10 and 5. You know that everything, me and Kyra have been there before too. Everything that's being revealed to John has already been revealed in the past. It's just the compilation of all the prophecies that were specifically about Yahweh manifesting. That's what's being revealed in Revelation. And the hand and the angels being combined. That's what the revelation to John is about. That's why it says revelations of Jesus,
Right.
because it's the revelations of the manifestation into the flesh. So
You said 10 and 12?
now Revelation 10 and 5.
10 and 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven. So you saying that that's Yahweh right there?
Yes, sir. And you know, because this angel is the same entity that's standing on the sea of glass as well. I'm about to find you that verse. It's verse 8, Revelation 10 and 8. It says, "And the voice which I heard from the heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book, which is open in the hand of the angel, which standeth upon the sea of glass and upon the earth." Who has the book? It's the Lamb's book, right?
Yeah.
The book is
Yeah.
already open. Who was the only one worthy to open the book?
When they was talking about this little book, I didn't think that was the same as the book of life.
Yes, see, you got to remember, this is a vision.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about what the book is gonna look like if it's in the hand of God. It's going to look minute.
But I thought he said he gave it to him and he ate the book.
And that's where I was gonna say it could easily be the law.
Yeah, that's what. Remember, I thought that's what me and you was talking about before. That's what I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was.
was I was just letting it get to this point because I knew that was gonna be your rebuttal. And yeah, I did consider that this is not the Lamb's Book of Life and him passing it to John in this context, but I can see him, basically putting the Holy Spirit on him by him consuming the law.
You
Not
Well,
don't
saying
remember?
he ain't already had a spirit when he prophesied, but like you got a lot of examples where
so hold on. How are we looking at the book of life?
I thought that was when he's talking about. So ain't that in 12? Is that in 12 when he say when they was asking for the lamb, they was like, yo, who could open up they was crying out because they was like, yo, who could open the book up? What verse is that in?
hold on.
And then it said the lamb came like, man, I got this, man.
I
And
say that's the law right there.
So listen, that's why I'm asking what are we saying this book is?
Yeah,
If
I would say it's the law, and it still don't change the context of who passing it once you
what
precept it.
right, what I would say is that's why I asked what the book of life was, because I don't want to just come out and you know
Well,
speak from
you
my position.
you would have to call the book of life the little book.
Uh, I'm understanding it, but I'm asking y'all what the book of life is. Y'all want to just go there real quick?
Revelation 5. Verse 1 through 5.
Okay.
Now this is big. Look, it says, I saw in the right hand of him,
Mm-hmm.
right, that sat on the throne, a book written within and on the backside, sealed with the seven seals. So this is where I'm saying is the book of life, right? Ain't this the book of life right here?
No, this the book with the seven seals. So this is like a book that causes prophecy to finish.
So hold on. That's do we have a precept that alludes to multiple books being in the hand of the Most High, or are we looking at this as? Well, I ain't gonna say the Most High for for clarity. It's the Lamb, or do we know of any other books that the Lamb is opening besides the Book of Life? Like, are all these things that we're reading about in the same book, or are they in different books?
I'm saying this book is the one that came from the beast.
He talking about in Revelation 10. So he's saying like what you talking about? One of them four angels, one of them four cherubim.
I'm saying,
Beast is the cherubim
yeah,
Where would they be at?
under the throne.
Okay.
right. Hold on. Let me think real quick. So we then let me hold on. Let me go back to 10 and read 10 again. All right. So
All right, just for the record, let me go ahead and just, I guess, speak my position because I want to be clear on my end. For one, I feel like Revelation chapter 5 is giving you the vision of 8 day kingdom. And I feel like, or the graduation into the 8 day kingdom, if one would say. I feel like when we talk about any book that's in the hand of God, it's the same book. When it's open, the Lamb is the one that's open.
what's what verse? What chapter of that when it's talking about the lamb that was wounded took the
That's
book?
where we at. Ain't yeah. It's Revelation 5.
Yeah, you gotta keep
Oh,
reading down. They're gonna be quoting something that was written.
I had went back to 10. My fault. I had went back to 10 and read that again. Now we in Revelations 5. Okay. And then land of heaven, that's in 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, it says he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat on the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 20 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors and or the prayers of the saints. So
My position, this is the book that starts the Great Tribulation with the 7 vials of wrath, the 7 trumpets about to blow,
yeah,
and the wrath is about to hit the earth. This, I wouldn't call this the book of life right here.
right. I'm reading it the same way.
And
Because it says,
even if it is, I don't see the life. I see the kingdom. I see the
He
reign.
said,
7 vials of wrath, 7 trumpets, 7 bowls. Right
yeah,
here, this one got
these
7
7
seals.
seals.
And then you can tell by the context when you're reading Revelation chapter 5, it says, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, in the midst of the elders to the Lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits sent forth into all the earth. So when you go down to verse 8, it
so you
says,
saying that it's multiple books.
yeah, it's multiple books, but it's only one book of life.
Right.
The Torah is a book. The law is a book.
Because
They,
what's
they,
that
they.
in 19? I think that's in 19. Hold on. At the bottom of 19, let's see.
See, look right here in verse 8. It says, "And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song." So these golden vials full of odors and the prayers of the saints, this is represented when you go and look at the vials of wrath, you will see that its intention is to basically whack these evil niggas that was. Yeah, so like go to Revelation
Yeah,
16
it's
and
it's it,
6.
it's Revelation 20, Revelation 20 and 12.
Yeah, I hear everything y'all saying, but I don't see these being different books. I don't
No,
see how this can't be in the same book.
Oh
Revelation
yeah. No, it can
20
be in
and
the same
12.
book, but this is one part of the book.
Look, Revelations 20 and 12, yeah.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Revelation 20 and 6.
12.
Yep. Yeah, it's drawing a big separation right here.
Because it says
No, it's
in
not.
in 12 it says, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand
Make
before
make
God,
sure
and the
you read
book.
it real. Make sure
No,
you
it
read
say
it real
books.
slow.
Books with an S were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things that was written in the in the books, saying with S.
This the GNT, and I saw the dead, great and small alike, standing before the throne. Books were opened, and then another book was opened, the book of the living. The dead were judged according to what they had done, as recorded in the books.
That's not the book uh that he ate.
I
All
guess
right, this the NLT. It say, I saw the dead, both great and small, standing before God's throne, and the books were opened, including the book of life. And the dead were judged according to what they had done, as recorded in the books.
Mighty Eagle is missing. When's Mighty Eagle gonna come back?
So this one got books
so.
plural,
All right.
plural
So
twice.
I'm not trying to reach right now because I can see where y'all coming from, but I'm finna show you how I'm looking at it.
All right, where
If we
you at?
open up if we open up my Bible, let's just say my Bible got a bunch of stuff written on the front of it, and it got a bunch of stuff written on the back of it, and it still got main chapters in here that are 7 parts. And one of the main chapters in the back of the book is called the Book of Life. And it's multiple books within these 7 parts. This is still one book.
But that wouldn't make it a little book.
If it's in the hand of a big person, it is a little book.
Nah.
I
Little
instead
book.
of
And
doing that, can we get a
I'm just
precept for a little book?
I'm
Yeah,
now I am
yeah,
reaching when I say if it's in the hand of a big person, but I'm speaking to the we know what the hand is. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So I'm just trying to get y'all to see where I'm coming from when I say it's books in one book. When we talk about a book being open from the hand of God, and the Lamb being the angel that opened that book. And that lamb is the one that's standing on the sea of glass with the book open. It's multiple things in that book. It's only one person that's worthy to open that book.
Why open can't mean like get the understanding of it. Like the opposite of that be somebody having a Bible in their hand and they reading it, but the book's still closed to them.
Mm. What? Where you getting at with it?
Luke 24.
No, I'm not saying that. Uh, I'm not saying what open means. I'm not making that the topic right now. I'm just talking about the one person that can do it, which is the Lamb doing it.
Yeah, yeah, it really, like when we read Revelation chapter 5, I hope you find this relevant, but I think this is why Christ didn't tell them not to stone that lady. He was still telling them to stone the lady, but he who is without sin cast the first stone. So that's the premise of him being the only one worthy to open this book, because this book contains judgment. So in the same context of when that woman was caught in adultery or in another religion or serving another god, even if you got sin on you, you're not worthy to throw the first stone. This is Christ throwing the first stone. He's the Lamb. He without blemish. That's why niggas is weeping bitterly, because it ain't a nigga that's around that's a lamb without blemish that's able to open this, to pop the earth like this. Like once this book get open, prophecy is going to unfold. But it's going to require Christ to do it, because if any man try to do it, he can't. Because he need the righteousness of Christ or the righteousness of God to be in that position. And that position can't be before Christ touches. So it's impossible for him. That's the context I'm looking at Revelation 5 in. He who was without sin cast the first stone. I am he. And then you got, I think we need to pay attention to the fact that uh when when the scroll gets taken, it says the 4 living beings and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they held gold bowls filled with incense, which are the prayers of God's people. This is so them niggas can start getting paid back. This is a book of wrath that's about to be opened up the way that I'm breaking down Revelation 5. And I tell you what's got me convinced. If you go to Revelation chapter 6, remember when it was saying that's an incense altar in this context from Revelation 5, when it said the prayers of the saints and the incense went up. When you go and look at the vials of wrath, which there are 7 of them in Revelation 16, when you go and read Revelation 16 and 5, it says, "And I heard the angel who had authority over all water saying, You are just, O Holy One, who is and who always was, because you have sent these judgments, since they shed the blood of your holy people and your prophets. I have given them blood to drink. It is their just reward. And I heard a voice from the altar saying, Yes, O Lord God, the Almighty, your judgments are truth and just." So it's mighty funny that this book got 7 seals. It's got an incense altar, and it's got the prayers of the saints about to be answered once this book gets opened. And then when we go to the actual 7 vials of wrath, there is an altar. It's not saying it's an altar of blood or anything. I'm saying that right here, when it says that you have given them blood to drink is their just reward, these are judgments being put on niggas that's been rapping down on the saints. So this is gonna be Jacob's trouble, and it's gonna also be judgment on the earth. So these are plagues that are gonna represent redemption and recompense at the same time. It's gonna be recompense on the enemies of Israel and wicked Israelites, and it's gonna be redemption, or in the term of passing through the fire, for the brothers that's gonna actually make it through this.
Yeah, I hear all that, and I'm
I
not
think I
reading.
got it.
I'm
I
not
think I got
reading
it.
Revelation 5 and 6 is any type of sequence in no type of way. What I'm saying is, when you read Revelation 5, where we were, and you go to verse 9 and verse 10, that is clearly talking about something that's going to happen in future tense. Like I said, the graduation into the eighth day. It says a new song. It says, and they sung a new song saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and open the seals thereof. Who we gonna be talking to? The Lamb, saying, For thou was slain and has redeemed us to God by the blood out of every kindred and every tongue and nation of thy people, and has made us unto gods and kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. That has to be talking about the 7th day, getting ready to graduate into the 8th day. To further prove it, you can go down to verse 13. It says, And every creature which is heaven and on earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are under them, I heard saying, Bless and honor and glory and power be unto him that sitteth upon the throne and the Lamb forever and ever. This
I
ain't
think that
happened yet.
I
No
think
Yeah,
that
witness.
I agree with you.
if we go to Ezekiel 2,
It ain't started to happen yet. It's not a
I
process
I
that's
agree with
even.
you as well, because we're not in the great tribulation.
So in the great tribulation, that's when you saying we gonna be saying we have been redeemed.
I'm gonna be saying the redemption has started when I see Israel about to give birth to a child. Because I know part of it. I just
So
got through saying now redemption is
every
gonna
creature.
come.
What about every creature? We're not even just gonna talk about you. Every creature within the sea, under the earth, and in heaven,
What about it?
they gonna be doing the same thing. So we ain't talking about just you.
Yeah, it's gonna be more. It's gonna be. It ain't gonna be just me. You gonna see your redemption as well.
hey, I think I got it, yo. So, and when we was in Revelations 10, and he said, and I took it up, and it shall make my belly bitter, but it shall be like honey, sweet as honey in my mouth.
Ezekiel chapter 8 or 5.
2, Ezekiel 2. You gotta go to Ezekiel 2, and then it go into 3 to get the understanding. It's the bottom of 2, and then uh the top of 3.
Yeah, that's the only place you're gonna see uh somebody eating the scroll and it tasting like honey. The precepted with
Yeah,
Revelation 10.
right.
It ain't nowhere else in the book. It,
But what did I just say about Ezekiel? I'm in total understanding of where y'all going and what y'all talking about.
I'm just saying, just a reference of a book, a little book that's like honey. It's really a roll.
yeah.
But
What?
this is what? This is representation of what the Son of Man was going to do when he returned. This
Yeah,
is what was
he
being
gonna pour
revealed
out
to
he gonna
Ezekiel.
pour out his spirit on all flesh.
No, but I'm saying that little book is something different than the book of life.
It's
Because
going to be something different for Ezekiel. Ezekiel can't open the book of life.
no, the person, because the book we're talking about was given to somebody and they ate it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the same thing like how
The
Ezekiel
lamb
did. He
is
ate the book.
receiving the book,
But
and he
Ezekiel's
has
not.
to.
But what is this book that Ezekiel's eating? This is talking about. You gotta go to
That's the law with the prophecies in it.
yeah, yeah. You
All
got
their
which is
judgments are in the first
the
which is
5 books
what
of
judgment.
the Bible.
which is what the book of life and the rest of the books are that the lamb is opening. That's exactly what that is to the lamb. What the law is to Ezekiel is what that book is to the lamb. That's what I'm
See,
telling y'all. What
in this
Ezekiel
book,
is revealing,
it said,
what's being
and he
revealed to
spread it before
Ezekiel
me. It
is
said,
just the representation.
he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written within lamentations, mourning, and woe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
in
the
the book of
Torah.
life. in the
That's the
book of life.
Torah.
No,
It's
that's
Lamentations and woe is
no,
written
yeah.
in the
no,
Torah.
no. That's the 7 seals. That's what's saying. That's
The
the
7 seals are in the Torah.
okay. I get what you're saying. I get you. I get you.
You sure?
Yeah. Just make sure you get me.
Well, let's back up. So you do agree that Ezekiel, the scroll that he's eating, or the book that he's eating, is the law.
Yes.
Is the law a book of life?
No.
So when he said in Deuteronomy chapter 30, he said, "I set before you life and death." How would you choose life? The verse literally says, "Choose life." And if you was in that position, how would you choose life? If you was an Israelite in Deuteronomy 30.
Okay. In that context, yes. I'm not even. I can't. Come on, man. I get all that. Like I said, I'm gonna stand in what I was saying from the jump, and I just need to make sure I'm being understood. That what's
I'm
being
telling you, I'm
revealed.
not disagreeing with you on nothing. If you make it to Torah, you can still call it the book of life. It's got all the prophecies that are going to get fulfilled in the last days in it already. The first 5 books of the Bible they perfect, and there's life in them. In Deuteronomy 30, he told us to choose life, and if we was the Israelites that he was talking to
Yeah,
in Deuteronomy 30, we would have to keep the Torah.
yeah, I understand all that.
But when Christ opened it, it's gonna fulfill itself.
So you telling me Christ opening the same book?
He opening it right now with us getting the understanding of it.
So you telling me this prophecy is being fulfilled right now?
No, I had already answered that. I was telling you that
Okay then. Okay.
those woes and judgments are going to signify him opening that book. It's 7 seals in it. It's 7 vials of wrath, 7 trumpets. They run concurrently. They're running simultaneously. And then, so the way I'm gonna be interpreting the Bible is, oh man,
Yeah,
they
I understand the
they didn't let Christ
spiritual.
open
I
this book
understand the
right here. He
spiritual
cracking the
aspect of
seals.
it. I understand the spiritual aspect of it, about
It's
the
no, it's gonna
prophecy
be a
being
physical
fulfilled.
aspect of it. It's gonna be being fulfilled on earth. When water turning into blood and helicopters flying all over and earthquakes and niggas gonna seek death and not die. When I see niggas seek death and not find it, I'm gonna say, damn, he opened it 5 seals ago. We in the 6th seal.
Well, when I see every creature in heaven and within the sea giving all the glory to him,
They gonna do it
that's
at
when I
the
know.
end. Hold on, let me answer that position because I'm acting like you a devil's advocate right now. So the way I respond to that is they're gonna continue to fight God throughout these tribulations and even afterwards. But in the end, once he get through making the earth waste and empty, every knee's gonna bow and every tongue's gonna confess that Christ is Yahweh. But it don't come before the plagues or the woes or the tribulations. It comes afterwards. So him opening the book is making way for everybody to kneel and bow down and worship him and tell him that he is he.
Yeah, I get everything you saying, but I'm talking about in Revelation 5, that prophecy specific not being fulfilled in the process of it ain't even started yet. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm telling you again. I don't. Well, we got. I agree with you 110%.
Okay. So,
But what you keep repeating it, now I'm like, you're not getting what I'm telling you. I know this prophecy is not fulfilled specifically yet because it starts at the beginning of the Great Tribulation. I'm literally watching the earth for the first seal to be broken. All of these seals not gonna even be broken at the same time. It's they got delay timers on them.
You just be throwing me off sometimes, like when you said the book was being opened and now or something like that. That's how you know he opening the same book we
No,
open.
no, I was saying that allegorically, right now,
Yeah,
he could
okay, okay.
spiritually be opening the book right now for us to have this conversation and understand. But the
Mhm.
fulfillment does not start until that first angel blow that first trumpet and pop that first seal and that first vial of wrath and that first woe. That's the fulfillment of that book.
Yeah, and see, I'm saying that when he opened the book that's being spoken about in Revelation 5, which contains all the books that's being spoken about in what was you just said? Revelation 20. Where you give me the multiple books from?
Revelation chapter 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The books in Revelation chapter 5. I mean, the books in Revelation chapter 20 are in this book in Revelation chapter 5.
I would say so, but I had agreed with you earlier. I was saying I could see them in the same book, but I'm not gonna ignore the plurality that keeps getting drawn down on right there. It's saying books, and every time I see that,
But when this lamb opens this book that I'm talking about in chapter 5, he gonna be able to see all of this that you're talking about. Not him open it and then it start. I'm talking about him open it and he gonna be able to see all this that have came to pass and what every spirit has done that endured through that time.
yeah, after the seven vials of wrath and trumpets do what they do.
For sure.
So we saying the same thing. Nothing you just said I disagree with.
Okay, come. I just gotta make sure because I know I'm saying the same thing that I've been saying from the jump and y'all was disagreeing. So
What did I disagree on?
well it seemed like we were disagreeing, especially when I was brought to a scripture that said multiple books as if it was gonna be different books that needed to be opened at different times. And the aspect that we were initially talking about from Revelation 5, that's not how I was speaking to the book. I mean, not Revelation chapter 5,
Chapter 10.
Revelation chapter 10.
I'm
So
saying
so
that
let's go back to Revelation chapter 10 and continue your breakdown after that discourse.
That Revelation chapter 10, that book is the same book from Revelation chapter 5, which contains all the books from Revelation chapter 20.
like he's eating the book, he's giving it to somebody else to eat. That's like reading. So that means somebody the
Wait,
book
hold on. Where are you talking about?
Verse 10 in Revelation 10. And then right after that, he get the spirit of prophecy.
and that's what Ezekiel did. That's why I took you to Ezekiel 2 at the bottom, and then it continues into 3.
Well, you can start at verse 9.
No, this is John.
Yeah, that's what we saying.
If you go to Ezekiel 2 at the bottom, he'll talk about getting a roll from the hand of the Lord. And then and then in 3, he talk about when he ate it, it was bitter in his stomach and it was sweet as honey. And then he had to go prophesy to the people about their transgressions.
Yeah, I was thinking you were saying that John ate the book of life.
I'm like, nah, he can't eat the book of life.
No.
He could
Okay, in
eat.
a sense, that is what I'm saying. But I'm saying that John got to understand the book just like we're understanding the book, and how you saying what seal is gonna be what, and you know what I'm saying? All that, and what's
Yeah.
going to be happening in this trumpet and that trumpet. That's how John got to understand the book. You see what I'm saying? And him being able to understand that at the end, after all these seals are sealed or have been opened, they are that's when the judgment is going to come. Versus just understanding the law and understanding that we need to keep the commandments and preaching the prophecy of the Messiah. That's
I
not
mean, John
that's
can't
not
eat. He can't read the book where the dead people did what they did already.
you said what?
The dead people have did their sins or their whatever they did in their life, and then the people who's living, that when that's going to happen, it's going to be written in the book too. So I'm saying he can't eat that book.
No, hold on,
I
hold on.
ain't, I ain't, I ain't willing to say John ate that.
I'm not. Hold on. Y'all got to remember, John wrote what? 5 books.
Yeah, but he ain't write the book of life.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, John could have still had a. At this time when we're reading this, John could have had this revelation and wrote
Yeah.
his 5 books.
No, I ain't saying that. I agree. I'm agreeing with you because I'm saying that's the law. This is what John's reading is what I mean. We're basically reading what John read. I mean, it's all in the same book, but these other books that's going to be getting opened up only. You know what I mean? This is only for one person to do that part. Now the other books that John's reading and like what Ezekiel's reading and like what we're reading, these is books for the for men. The book.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me put it like this: It are Ezekiel and John prophesying the same thing,
Yeah,
Yes.
and what were they prophesying?
that the book of life was going to be open, and people, and all the stuff that it's in Revelations, the seals, the plagues, and then the afterlife. But what I did and what you did,
I was just
and
finna say, where do we this? I don't. I'm
no,
lost
look,
again.
I'm saying what I did in my life, what you did in your life, Ezekiel and John didn't read that.
No, they didn't eat it. Just say eat.
They ain't eat
Of,
that.
of course not.
So they didn't eat the book that they only, that's why I saying little book.
Yeah, they
The
would.
he
That's
not,
like. Well, let's just say
No,
it
no,
like
no,
this,
no, no,
brother
no.
man. Let's
Okay.
say he only ate 5 chapters out of the big book,
yeah,
No, no, no. That's not even
but
what
it's
I'm
still
saying.
part of the same book. All you doing is just fusing it all into one book.
yeah. I'm saying he couldn't eat the whole book. Only the lamb could deal with the whole book in the most high.
So,
There was a book set
so
aside just for
this,
the
this,
for the
this is
lamb.
this is this is the part. This is the part that it seemed like. My
Stop,
bad.
Asher.
This is the part that it seemed like we're not getting.
Yeah. I'm saying the lamb has its
This book,
own book.
this book that's going to be opened by the Lamb. What's in this book that hasn't been told to us that it's going to be in the book?
All the stuff that you did and all the stuff I did
But we
and
know
all the
that that's
stuff that
going to
everybody.
be in there. But we
But
know that it's going to be in there.
yeah, but only one person could deal with that book.
Exactly. But what
So
I'm telling
Ezekiel
you
and John
is
couldn't eat that book. That's why, and at the
John,
end it said there's gonna be
John,
more other books open.
listen, you talking about, okay, let me just ask you this. Did the lamb eat the book or did he open the book?
The lamb made the book. But and it ain't
That
it
ain't
ain't
what I'm asking. I ain't trying to do that right now. It's
Yeah,
getting too late.
the lamb, the John ate the book. The lamb is reading from another book.
That's fine. I'll accept that. I'll totally accept that.
All right.
So what I'm saying is this same book that John ate is the same book that Ezekiel ate. I'm cool with it. But what I'm saying is it's the understanding in of of the revelation of Yahweh Shai, which is what both of them were
Testimony. Yeah,
speaking of.
I
See what I'm
agree with you.
saying?
The testimony of the Messiah.
And on top of that, it was the judgment that came at the end of it from John specifically.
Correct.
Even though Ezekiel gave the kingdoms and everything, John also has the judgment at the end of it.
I
And
mean, Ezekiel prophesies too against Israel. I mean,
for sure.
mm,
But you know what I mean as
I
far as
know. I'm
speaking.
saying it's the same coalition. I'm saying the same
I'm
thing.
with you. I'm
Like
with you.
if you want to even precept stuff from John and Ezekiel, it goes together.
I'm with you 100%. So once you talk about eating the book that was in the hand of the lamb,
Yeah.
we're basically eating
See,
the book that was in the hand of the lamb. I'm not talking about that being the the same book that the lamb has to open literally, like he's giving him the book of life out of his hand for him to eat, but he's giving him the understanding of what's going to be in that book that's going to be open in Revelation 5.
yeah, I agree. But that he's giving them the understanding of what's going to happen, not what's in it.
That's what's in it.
No,
What's going to happen is what's in it. We
what
know
I'm
what's
saying,
going to happen.
yeah, but I'm saying he don't know what's going to happen in my. See, this is why I keep saying that there's multiple books
Yeah,
because
that see that what I'm saying. We getting super literal then. But as long as we know that as long as we know your life is gonna be documented in it,
yeah,
then
but John
that's
can't eat
all
that
we need
book.
to know.
Ezekiel can't eat that book. Would you? This is what I'm trying to say. If you understand the book that Ezekiel ate, if you understand the book that John wrote, and what that's saying, it's explaining all of the stuff at the end.
I'm with you.
He telling you what's gonna happen at the end, right? He like, yo, eat this book. If you eat this book, then you'll be able to tell them what's happening at the end. Ezekiel ate the same book, and he gave
Exactly.
real. Yeah, but that's the part that I'm saying. We're reading what they ate.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is
There's a book we ain't can't read about it. There's other books that is unprivileged to us, just like unprivileged to Ezekiel and to John. Even though they're telling you about it, they're even telling you that they don't know what's in them. They're just telling you like, yo, there's a book over there and it's gonna get cracked open. That don't mean he know what's in the book. He just telling you, giving
that's
you the
what I'm telling.
visual.
That's literally exactly what I'm telling y'all. That's my whole premise. That
Yeah.
him eating that book is y'all were trying to equate it to it not being able to be the book of life because they were eating it.
I'm
It's
saying they
it's
didn't
not.
eat the book of life. If they ate it, then they would be able to read it.
We don't have to read it. All we have to know that it's there.
That's what is the Torah. That's what the scripture. That's what the Bible is. The know that it's there.
That's like saying we didn't need Christ because we got the Old Testament doing all the prophecy.
I'm not saying that because Christ
But
is in
that's
it.
what is that's the best analogy I can give.
No, I'm saying that I gave you the example of Ezekiel eating a book and getting the same thing. It was sweet in his mouth and bitter in his belly. John did the same thing. He ate the book, it was sweet,
but bitter in his belly. But what's the bitterness? Why is it bitter?
Shit, the seven seals.
No, the bitterness is when they're reading the with the badness is happening.
The seven seals.
Right. So I'm saying if you want to add, but that's not just the seven seals. It's the seven seals plus every other all other stuff that's happening.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, you're right. Every book in Revelation 20. That's my new one. I'm glad you pointed that precept out to me. Every book that's in Revelation 20 is in the book that's gonna be opened. That's why it spoke of books being opened at once. That's
Yeah, but
basically what it was alluding to.
correct. I'm saying they're telling us that those books are going to be open. Ezekiel and John don't know what's in the books.
Yeah, not literally. And I'm
Yeah,
not
not
I'm not
I'm saying
saying
they
that.
know
I'm
they
not
know what's in
saying
the
that.
books that like how we're reading them. But I'm saying there's other books that they don't that only
Because it ain't been opened. Ain't nobody gonna know but the person
yeah.
that opens it.
But
I'm
if you
I'm
eat,
agreeing.
I'm saying, but if he give it to you to eat, then it has been opened.
What I'm saying is we didn't have it to eat before John gave it to us to eat,
Right.
or Ezekiel gave it to us to
And
eat.
we're eating it,
John
but we
gave it.
see we still didn't eat from that. What other? There's some books we still didn't eat from because they wasn't given to John or Ezekiel, or we would know them.
Okay, like I said, that's once again where I'm not getting that literal with what's within the book.
When Ezekiel ate the book, he knew what it was. When John ate the book, they knew what it was. So that's why I'm saying they didn't eat. If they ate a book, they know what it is. I'm saying that's why at the end it said other books was opened because they're telling you about we gave you them, but yeah, there's some other stuff that's now being opened and getting spoke about that they don't got the privilege to know. Nobody knows about this till the eighth day.
So, okay, let me ask you this: is this a revelation or is it something that literally happened?
Ezekiel's
Did some
Ezekiel's happened already.
Yeah, no,
John's
no, 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 no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the action of them eating a book. Were they eating literal pages? Is that how literal we getting?
if you want to, and when Ezekiel is saying what he is referencing to, right? He said it was a roll, right? Then he said, "Yo, this roll is a book." So he's letting you know, like what they're saying, like when they say give him a roll, he's talking about no a book. So now we understanding that this is he's reading this. The equivalent of giving him to eat is reading.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going that literal with it because these prophecies.
No, you got to go to Ezekiel, and he says, "Could you go to Ezekiel 2?"
Yeah, but what I'm
So
saying
he's
is,
saying exactly, literally what it is, like
what I'm saying is
literally.
these are visions though.
I'm
This is
saying
stuff.
Ezekiel is telling you literally what it is, though.
I'm understanding that. But if I'm having a vision of me doing something, I'm not, even if I'm having a vision of me eating the literal pages, I'm not literally eating the pages.
Look, it says, "But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee, but not that thou rebellious like that rebellious house, open thy mouth and eat that what I give thee." And he says, "And when I look, behold, a hand was sent unto me." So now he's saying the angel was sent unto me, and lo, a roll it says a roll of a book was therein, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without.
I'm with you all day.
So now, and
Hey,
then he,
keep reading though. Keep reading.
oh, and there was written within lamentations and mourning and woe.
That's the 7 vials of wrath.
I'm 100% with you.
I'm just saying the part of what's the like how when he said that the book a roll of a book was therein. He said, but the analogy that he gave him was open your mouth and eat what I give thee. So we understand when it's saying open my mouth and open your mouth and eat what I give thee, what is actually happening, he explained in the next verse. Like, okay, you said that, but this is what happened. The hand came and gave me a roll, which was a book, and I read it.
Hmm.
Right? The analogy is in 8, but what happened is in 9. And that's the same analogy that's gave in 10, Revelations 10.
Yeah, I'm not knocking none of that. All I'm saying is, all of these things were only a representation of what the Lamb is going to do.
Correct. But I'm saying John didn't read. I'm saying when they said he gave him a little book, that means he read. He read something. You know what I'm saying John didn't read the book of life.
It's all, this is all in Revelations. It's all being revealed to John.
Right, but not the book of life ain't being revealed to him. He just knows about it.
I never said that. I understand that. So if John is quote unquote eating a book with the book of life in it,
So let's just say he's reading a book.
hmm
And that book that we know is the book of life can't be opened by only one person. So John was not reading in that book. He couldn't open it or read it. So we got to say whatever John was reading in that book of life is separate from each other. Because if it was the same book, John would be able to read it. It's in the book.
I've already said that multiple times.
Oh, all right. Oh, my fault. I did. I
Yeah,
thought I did my
but
fault.
like I was getting ready to say is that it was still only a representation because John doesn't have to literally know what's in the book of life when he's being given the prophecies of judgment happen and then they're being graduation per se at the end.
I'm
That,
saying when they give you the book, that's for you to understand the whole thing.
like I say, it depends on how literal you get because ain't nobody if we getting this is the same person that's telling us ain't nobody worthy or he got the vision rather from the Messiah that nobody is worthy to open the book but
Right.
him.
Right. So that's letting you know nobody opened that book. John didn't open that book.
I'm with
I get
you.
what you're saying, like how we're reading the Bible right now. We went to Ezekiel, or we could read the whole Bible and never go to Revelations. It's at the end. Just say Revelations couldn't be open, but that would be saying like we couldn't. But it's
But
still
we know Revelations is there, but it ain't happened yet. So how we gonna open it?
we know, but we can read it though.
No, we can't because it ain't happened yet.
No, we are reading Revelations right now.
Yes,
Just
now we
'cause
are. And
but I'm
and what
saying
I'm saying is,
the
it,
book that I'm talking about, people didn't. The reason why John couldn't have read it because we wasn't even born yet. So
John could not have read me and your life. If he read
That's what
from
I'm saying. But listen to the analogy that you gave. You
it,
said just imagine that he got a book with the like let's just say the name of a book in it, but
yeah.
it was blank because it ain't happened yet. That's literally what I'm saying. Y'all saying it couldn't have been the book of life because there's only one person that's gonna be able to be
So, dude,
and read the
I'm
book of
saying the
life.
book of life is me and what me and you have did or going to do is written already.
I'm understanding that,
So there
but
what so I don't understand why you keep saying that it's one book and it's like he just can't go to that part of the book or can't read that part of the book. I'm saying
it ain't about him not being able to go to it or read it. It ain't happened, so he can't do it. Just like you said.
I'm saying
He could have literally been able to go read about everybody's life that had already happened in that time.
yeah,
You don't know that. What I'm saying is it couldn't have been the whole thing because we wasn't there yet. Now you get what I'm saying?
I just don't understand why you are putting it all in one book.
Like I said, I'm only drawing conclusions and I once no one disagreed with me, I didn't feel like I had to. When no one disagreed with me, I didn't feel like I had to keep trying to break it down. But
I'm
like
just
I
saying
said,
if putting it in one book, right? It's
because
different than saying
hold on, I'm putting it all in one book because of Revelation 5 specifically.
yeah, but the seven seals is different than the book of life.
According to Revelation 20, I agree with you.
That's why I'm saying there's multiple books.
And what I'm saying
Not
is
not
those
when
multiple
I mean
books
by books,
don't
not
have
like how we're
to.
reading the Bible. I'm
And
saying multiple literal books. Like that has
yeah,
a book,
yeah,
that has a
I
book.
get what you're saying, but I'm saying according to Revelation 5, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be like that.
All right, could you take me that part like or let's break that part down to me? I might not be understanding it right.
Let me see. I think it's verse 6. It says, and I beheld, and this Revelation 5, verse 6, and I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and four beasts, in the midst of the elders stood a lamb that had been slain, having seven horns, seven eyes, which are seven spirits of God sent forth to all the earth. Salakia. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the four beasts and 420 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and gold and vials of odors, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to God by the blood out of every kindred, tongue, and people and nation, and has made us kings and gods and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. So what I'm saying is when this book get open, it's going to be a specific point in time where verse 13 is happening. And it says, Every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth, and such as are in the sea, and all that are in them, heard saying, Blessing and honor and glory and power unto him that sitteth upon the throne,
Hmm.
and unto the Lamb forever and ever.
So we're this book right here. Where was this book before the Lamb had it?
And the one that sits up on the throne forever and ever.
Right. So John didn't touch this book.
No, he didn't. He's not going to literally touch this book
You
because
know what I'm
a
saying?
person
Nobody,
that can
nobody.
literally
This
touch
this
this book.
book was in
But
the
hold on.
Ancient of Days.
Are we
Man.
touching this book?
No.
You touching it, but we know about it, don't we?
Yes.
So we ate it.
No.
Yes, we did. We just could, like you
Nobody.
said, we couldn't
Nobody
eat the
touched that.
whole thing because the
No.
whole thing ain't happened yet.
Just because
Man,
we
I ain't
know.
touching that with a long handle
No.
spoon.
No. And I ain't even gonna
I
act
ain't
like I
say we
did.
touching it. I ain't say we touching it. We can't touch
I'm not
it.
saying we doing nothing to it other than know that it's there.
Yeah, which is what you said eating it was understanding it. That's exactly what you said eating it was, and I'm with you 100%.
I'm gonna say you got this one, but there's some stuff that I don't be touching, brother. It's these be in the areas where I can't say that I don't know. I'm on brother Carl side, man. I ain't touched that book. I ain't looked at it. I heard it was there, but I ain't. That's as far as I went with it right there. I heard that there was a book that's gonna get handed to the land. I ain't touch it. John ain't touch it either. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna put that on John.
yeah. It's a lot of books in that book, and
There's the
we
one.
got nothing but a couple pieces of to even try and say that we could have ate, even according to these prophecies, because that's all we have to go off of. So what I'm saying is it was the same thing for John. All he had to be able to eat and understand was what was given to him. He couldn't understand anything more
Did
than
that book? But was that book given to John?
it couldn't have been because this ain't happened yet.
No, I'm
So how
saying
was it gonna be given to him?
when John ate that book that he ate, was that book just in the Most High's hand? That book was in there.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you coming from the position as if John was supposed to be given for or you're coming from the position as if you feel like I'm telling you John ate the book of life in
I'm
this
saying
book
not
that he
not
was given.
that book of life. I'm saying the book that was in the Most High's hand.
What about that book? One more time.
Did John eat that book?
Figuratively, yes.
Oh,
So
you got that one.
so if so the least in the kingdom gonna be able to eat the book.
What? That's not the John that's gonna be least in the kingdom. That's not John the Baptist. These ain't
I thought you said John the Baptist wrote Revelation.
what do you, we that ain't never been a topic tonight.
No, I'm talking about in the past.
Yeah, no, I've never said that in the past.
So what John writing Revelation to you?
John the Witness, which was a disciple, if I'm not mistaken.
But John the Baptist is the witness in the wilderness.
We live.
We
Yeah,
live.
yeah. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
Oh shit!
Well, I didn't say nothing. I'm saying John the Baptist is the witness.
Nah, what I'm saying is we can go there, but I know for a fact I've never said that, and we can go break it down easy because John, the writer, is literally writing about John the Baptist and Christ. But like I said, we can go further other than the blatant.
All right.
We can
So
go to introductions of any of the books or any of that. It's not the same John. This is not John the Baptist that wrote the book of John, First John, Second John, Third John, and Revelation. That's a totally different John.
all right,
That's
okay.
why they say John the Baptist, and then some people say John the Revelator to specify the difference.
I
They're not
got
the
you.
same
You know,
person.
it confused me when you said John the Witness because John the Baptist
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
tribe of Levi is the
Salakia,
witness in the wilderness.
Salakia.
That's what was confusing me.
Yeah, Salakia. I just meant a first-hand witness of the gospel. That's what people call John the Revelator.
All right. So let me ask you a question. When you read, so put your breakdown with that book with Daniel chapter, I think it's chapter
Man,
12.
I ain't got time for no more breakdowns tonight, man. I go see what we
It's
talking about. Daniel chapter 12.
it's the same uh Daniel 7 and 10. It is well just answer the question yes or no. Is this the same context without having to break it down?
You asking, is it the same context?
Right.
I guess in a sense you could say so, yeah.
So what made you say in a sense?
You know what I'm saying? It's you're talking about Daniel versus John, so it's not the same context, but in a sense it is.
Are they talking about the same events as far as when the books was open?
I'm not understanding your question.
Is
Let me
the
just let
is
me
this
just
the book that the lamb opened?
let me just read the verse that you talking about exactly. A fiery stream issued and came forth before him. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. And you asking me, what about this?
Is this the book that the lamb opened?
Yeah,
This just one book?
um, yes, it's just one book. Any other questions?
That's it, brother.
Because I can open up a book right now with multiple books in it, and that be a perfect example of me having multiple books in one hand.
So
Being
it's the great tribulation before Daniel 7 and 10 or after?
what?
It's the seven seals before or after Daniel 7 and 10 is fulfilled. Like eschatological wise, chronological wise.
It still hasn't been fulfilled. How could it be?
No, I'm saying even if it's in front of us, do you have the great tribulation before the fulfillment of Daniel 7 and 10? Or do you have it exactly when Daniel 7 and 10 gets fulfilled? Or do you have it after Daniel 7 and 10 gets fulfilled? Specifically, the part where it says the books were open. Great tribulation before, during, or after.
Well, you know what? I guess you win. What? That was an awesome plan. Mind blowing.
I'm not really understanding your question. Because I swear I thought I answered it. And I don't know how else to answer. You asking, do I have it being fulfilled before Daniel 7 and 10 gets fulfilled, but Daniel 7 and 10 hasn't been fulfilled.
Yeah, I acknowledge that. I'm saying, and the Great Tribulation also hasn't been fulfilled. Both prophecies are in front of us. But do you have a Great Tribulation happening before Daniel 7 and 10 comes to fruition?
No, because it's multiple books. If that's, I think, yeah, no, it's multiple books.
God damn. All right.
That's not what you asking. Am I tripping? Because I got a different question, so I tried to answer it a different way.
Are you okay?
Okay, let me break it down like this, so you can see where I'm coming from for what I think you're asking. If books are open, let's just say one of the books is the Great Tribulation or has the Great Tribulation in it. How is it going to be fulfilled after this? You see what I'm saying?
It's not gonna be possible.
I'm with you. Okay, cool. That's what I thought I've been said. I kept saying how when Daniel 7 and 10 hasn't happened yet, and you kept asking me as if it was possible.
Okay, I got you. I see how I was answering my question. Okay, so where is the Great Tribulation in the? Well, I ask it a different way. Those seven seals on that book. What do those seven seals represent to you?
Um,
The book that's passed to the Lamb got seven seals on them. Do them seals get popped at once or one at a time?
one at a time. If it was all one, it would be one. That's why it's multiple books in one book.
So you breaking it down like if I go to Walmart and going school shopping, I need to get one of them ring binders that it's got like four little separators in it.
Okay, let me ask you this. How come it could be one book with seven seals in it, but it can't be nothing other than the seven seals in it? But it could be multiples in the one book of seals, but nothing else. Let me ask it like that.
I didn't catch the question.
How come it can be one book with seven seals in it, which it means it's multiples of something in the one book, correct? Seven seals get popped at different times. It's seven different things, right?
Yeah, but see, I'm looking at it like
Hold
the
on, hold on.
seals are
I'm
not
trying
a
to ask.
page.
I'm not done with my question. I
I
got one
got you.
question. So if these are seven different things in one book, how come it can't be nothing else in that book?
I look at the seals as being separate from the pages of the book. Like, just imagine a book that got 7 belt buckles on it.
Okay.
You got to go through each. You got to go through what each one of these buckles represent
Mm-hmm.
during the process of opening the book. You just imagine a leather bound book with 7 buckles on it.
Yeah.
The buckles are not a page.
I guess I can see you. I got you. Hmm. So you looking at it like, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I got you on the physical side,
That's
but
just like a vision I'm trying to paint.
yeah, right. But what I'm saying is that I ain't that don't that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. What I'm saying is whatever it is, it's multiples. Or even if you're making it on the physicality side, seven buckles on a book, how come the seven or whatever's in this book with the seven buckles on them can't be multiples of things? How come it can't be different things? That's why I made the Bible an example because I thought that was giving the perfect example. You can have a Bible with seven belt buckles on it, and you can have multiple books in one book.
So that's how we ended up in this conversation. So let's say the book of life is the Bible. We'll use the Catholic canon. Well, not the Catholic. They got more books than the Christian. Let's use the Protestant canon. They got 66 books, but we're gonna call these 66 books the book of life. If John ate this book, how many books out of 66 did he eat in the context of him eating the book in what's that, Revelation 5, or I think it's Revelation 5 or 10. I don't need like a literal number, but I just want to see if you parse the amount of books and divvy them up without saying he ate 66 books.
I'm saying it wasn't possible for him to eat all 66 books. It wouldn't have been possible, which is why only one person will be able to open it because everything that would have been needed to be in that book would be closed and sealed.
So why can't the little book just represent a piece of the book?
It don't matter what it represents. I already said it's a representation. It's not the literal thing. So why does it have to be anything close to the literal thing if it was only a representation, which is what we have? We know what's in it. That's all we need to know is what's gonna be in it. And that the lamb is the only one that can open it. And to know that, it'll give you the exact reaction that Ezekiel got and the exact reaction that John got, which is the exact reaction everybody got once they got of age and understood the Bible. Don't nobody want to die, especially the way we got to die. I'm not saying that's literally what they got from it, but I'm making an example, especially the way that we got to go. Everybody want to be Israel. Don't nobody want to be judged.
Man, it's a blessing and a curse to be Israel, but that's why you got to point to Christ, man. He redeemed us from the curse of the law, which is the sting of death. So they don't want to be Israel. They saying they do. This is a lot of brothers, including myself, saying I want to be Israel, man. That's why, man, the man ate the scroll and it was bitter in his stomach.
That's exactly what I'm saying. For sure. Especially when it's being revealed to you like it was revealed to Ezekiel and John. That's something totally different.
Man, like you gotta go to work tomorrow in the morning.
Man, you know the word come first, but I only can give y'all as much as my battery got. I don't have to step out the room with my wife and go in my other room. So I got about 7% left. What you got?
You know, we went to Revelation chapter 10 to demonstrate something. I don't think we actually did it. You know, those hands lifted up.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, hey, Apollo. Man, I'm about to when we do get off this, I'm about to meditate. I'm gonna study Revelation 5, Revelation 10. That's gonna send you straight back to Zechariah and Daniel and Isaiah. I'm liable to burn my whole night up.
Gotta go to Ezekiel 2 and 3 if you want to understand that.
See, I'm already on that, but I've been calling that scroll that Ezekiel ate the law for so many years. I gotta kind of, step back and not necessarily reevaluate the situation, but now that I got a precept to compare it to, I got to make sure I got the right understanding. Because I was always under the impression that Ezekiel, that scroll he consumed, was the law. Because the law is fire. That's what Christ is gonna be giving us according to Deuteronomy chapter 33.
Why would that not be in the book?
I'm saying if it was the law,
If that's what we're gonna be judged according to anyway, how can all that not be a part of one of those?
Yeah,
If
that's
it's
what I was
multiple
saying
books?
earlier. That's why I was saying it could easily be the law, because when you read Deuteronomy chapter 20, he said, I set before you life and death. And that's why I was saying, if you chose life as an Israelite, when Moses gave them that option in Deuteronomy 30, you would have chose the Torah,
What I'm
making
saying
it the
is,
book of life.
yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not gonna make that literal to what the book that the Lamb was opening. You see what I'm saying? The book of life that the Lamb was opening, it had multiple things in it.
I'm saying Ezekiel was a priest, right? So he already had the law. He already knew the law. When he ate that scroll, he went and prophesied to the children of Israel about transgressions of the law. The law was already established. It was already written. So he wasn't giving him the law.
You're a little bit off. Because Ezekiel went in order. He went and started prophesying Zion with the sticks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
After,
that's what I'm saying. He was
so
giving
then
prophecies.
you go to the judgment after that.
I'm
So
saying if he was a priest, right,
mhm.
that means he already had the law.
Yeah, but
That's what
he a
makes you a
man
priest.
like everybody else though.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what makes you a priest is you having the law.
I'm
Yeah,
with you.
and yeah, I'm with him too. But you got to realize that the Levitical priests messed up so much they only left room for Zadok in the last days. The rest of them got to take
I'm
menial
with you.
duties.
I'm with you on that. That's why he was prophesizing against them for breaking the law.
Yeah, you jacked up if you Levi. If you not Zadok when he come back, man, you gonna be sweeping floors and dusting incense up and all kind of. So you're gonna be glad to carry some water.
Hey, that sound like that ain't a bad job to me.
No, I'm gonna take it willingly. I see what we did, but for you to say he a priest and say that there's no need to actually put the law on him, Ezekiel needed work done to him as well. Though
Nah,
we
I think he's saying he could easily see how it was more than just the law.
yeah. I mean
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay. I got you. I
Which
misunderstood what you said, brother.
No, I
yeah,
was saying that it was had to be more than the law. It was definitely more than the law.
I think it. Why couldn't it be the understanding of the law?
Because he prophesied, he gave prophecy, and he had to lay on his side. Like there's a lot of stuff with that. It was just more than the law. It was
that's why
about
that's why I literally said that's like saying if we have the Old Testament, then we don't need Christ for the exact question that you just asked.
I would say that I would say that he
I'm
got the
saying
understanding.
it was
Can I
written.
help you build? You just
I,
said he had to lay on his side, right?
yeah,
He had to lay on his side for 13 months and not 12, right? Did you peep that?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, my like I said, that was that's still like prophet. That's like judgment and you know things is happening because of transgression.
I don't think you got the significance of what I just said. So
With
the 12
the,
the
the
12th day,
12
the scriptures say time is divided into 12 parts. That 12th part is Christ's kingdom. When you get to the 13th, right? That's why we got 13 months in the Hebrew year. It's really symbolic of the eighth day kingdom. After Christ's 1,000-year kingdom, that's the 13th day from day one in creation. You following me? And then day 13 is the eighth day. Just like in Christ's kingdom, day 7 is the 12th day from day one.
I'm only saying that you're saying that what I'm saying, like that it's more than the law.
I just validated that for you. He got the law and he got the understanding of it, which and also with he's being told to prophesy. I'm saying he got the understanding because of like you just mentioned, he laid on his side. People not realizing if you go and break down the Hebrew calendar and you realize that Ezekiel had to stay on his side for way more than 365 days. He going way over that. It might be 400 and some days if I'm not
so
mistaken.
once again, that's why I asked earlier, what did Ezekiel and John prophesy? John didn't
The
prophesy
eighth
the
day.
law. John didn't prophesy the law at all. He went and told everybody he seen Christ and he understood and what Christ revealed to him about this book that we talking about. That's what I'm saying. So it had to be more than the law because both him and Ezekiel prophesied more than the law. They were
Yeah,
saying talking about angels and all type of stuff.
so that's what I'm helping y'all build y'all point just so y'all understand. He saw Christ. He saw Christ And he also saw Christ taking us into the 8th day, which is why he had to lay on his side for 13 months.
I get what you're saying, but listen to the analogy real close. That's like saying because we have the OT, we don't need Christ.
That's like saying because we had an OT, we don't need Christ.
Yes, you're saying why can't we just say understanding the law?
The OT was written for it. All right, let's understand how it was written, because everything was written perfect. So the law that Moses gave was written perfect. If
Mm.
it's just about how man was doing the law. So that's the reason why we need Christ, because we couldn't follow the law. I'm just saying that the OT was written so you wouldn't need Christ if you following the law.
And ain't nobody succeeded at that.
Correct. And I'm saying that's why we need Christ, because nobody can do the law.
I'm agreeing. So that's my response to why we can't just say he got an understanding of the law.
No, that's just one thing that he got.
Yeah.
My statement wasn't confined to just that being what he received.
But that's what you kept saying. Every time we were saying it was more than the law, you kept saying, well, why can't it just be the understanding of the law?
The
That's the
biggest
next thing.
thing,
That's the next thing to add to the fact that he received the laws, got the understanding, got the spirit of prophecy, and saw Christ
Saul
handing
Christ
over
was
the
the biggest one.
kingdom
He gave a
to the
description of Christ. That's the biggest
yeah,
thing he
that's
did. He did,
chapter
didn't
1. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Chapter 1, I see visions of God. You know what I'm saying? I get it. When I was saying that, why couldn't it be understanding be the additional thing that he got apart from receiving? But with like, nah, hold on. Let me make this point. So Apollo said it wouldn't be no need for him to get the Torah in a sense because he's already a Levitical priest, which would you would have to assume that he already know the law thoroughly. But at the same time, we see all these Sadducees and Pharisees been having this Bible in their hand for all this time, and Christ, in his physical manifestation as Yahweh, is literally having to tell these niggas who's supposed to be teachers that they need to be taught again. All the prophets were still susceptible to this same thing. That's why when you read Isaiah, when he had a similar vision as well in chapter 6, you would you would exalt him pretty high because he wrote 66 books in the Old Testament. But this the same brother that said, "Woe is me, I'm undone, for I'm a man of unclean lips." What made him say that? Because when he seen that vision, he realized that he didn't fully understand what was manifested to him. He didn't understand prior to what was manifested to him. He didn't like when he seen that vision, he realized that all the time before him, he was like, oh shit, I thought I had it figured out. But when this man see these visions, he see a vision with the ancient of days, and his train filled the temple, right? And then here comes Christ. That's when he said, I'm undone. I'm a man of unclean lips. Ezekiel could have been in the same position. He didn't have a full understanding. Not even of the law, because you can literally, now that we have this understanding, we literally see Christ in the law, starting all the way from Genesis chapter 1, going to 49. The scepter should not depart from Judah until Shiloh come. Then you got Isaiah 8. He is Shiloh, the water that they refuse. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
people
I get
all the
what
way
you
back then
saying.
that had this and didn't understand. And Ezekiel, at some point in time, wasn't no different.
Yeah, I
even
get
though
what.
he was predestined to fill the shoes that he did.
Hmm. I get what you saying, but what I'm saying is that's not what they prophesied.
What's not what they prophesied?
What you're saying is according to Ezekiel and John. You asking about why couldn't it just been that Ezekiel was in the same position that Isaiah was in? I'm going according to what Ezekiel prophesied.
So
I'm going according to,
Ezekiel understood
you know what?
what he prophesied prior to getting the vision.
No, let me not use Ezekiel. Let me use John, because that's where we were faction in. So that's where I'm gonna stay at. John understood more than just the law, which is why he prophesied more than just the law, because he was told to prophesy what he got out of that book, which is what we have in Revelations and all of the rest of his books. He was told to prophesy about it, and we got it, which is everything that you're speaking of, from seven vials, seven trumpet, seven woes.
Cool. Well, this is an interesting topic. I know you gotta probably be at work. Let's cover this Revelation 10, brother, where his hands lifted up, or is it Revelation 5?
I think that's Revelation 10.
Just drop this burner right here. This is how it all started, brother Apollo. We had came here to bring out what we was reading earlier. I think it's verse 5,
Oh, you
Revelation
talking
10.
about break it down right now?
No, no, no. It ain't really much to break down. I just want to make people think that, ain't don't realize that Christ is the flesh manifestation of Yahweh. It's gonna continue to be revealed anyway, though. That's why Daniel said in the last days knowledge shall increase. I think that's the knowledge that's gonna increase. The fact of who Christ is. But anyway, Revelation 10 and 5, it says, the angel which I saw stand up on the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven and swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that are therein, and the earth and the things that are therein are, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. So the thing that kind of stood out was the fact that this angel in Revelation chapter 10, verse 5, stood up on the sea and on earth and lifted his hand to heaven. And earlier you went and precepted that with Deuteronomy chapter 32. And I mean, this kind of blew my mind. Uh, I forget which verse. You remember which verse? Was it 37 or something like that? No.
I'm trying to drop this on you real quick. Then I'm finna take it in, man. I thought my phone had been dead by now.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah, I got you. I found it. It says in verse 40. This is Yahweh talking right here, and Yahweh says he lifts up his hand to heaven and say, I live forever. So the context of
What verse was that?
Deuteronomy 32 and 40, you got Yahweh saying he gonna lift up his hand to heaven and say, I live forever. And then you got in Revelation chapter 10, I don't want to misquote this. In Revelation chapter 10, verse 5, it says, the angel which I saw stand up on the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven and swear by him that liveth forever and ever. Back to Deuteronomy 32, verse 40. Yahweh is lifting up his hand to heaven, saying, I live forever. I got one more precept. I think it's in Daniel as well. I think it's Daniel 12. Where is it in Daniel where the white man clothed in linen?
Yeah, that's 12.
So who was this doing the same thing in Daniel? Okay. And this is crazy that this is right after the verse 4 where it says, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Then you roll right on down here. I think it's verse 7. It says, and I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever.
You said what he have on?
Clothed in linen. And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever. This Christ.
And yo, remember when I asked you who's the captain of the Lord?
Yeah.
40 Deuteronomy 32:41.
If I wet my glistening sword, and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies, and I will reward them that hate me.
Remember in Joshua, he told him, he pulled his sword out on him and told him that this was a holy land, holy ground that he was on. Ain't that in Joshua? When the
Oh,
captain of the Lord,
trying to see what context you're talking about.
he pulled his sword out on him.
Who pulled a sword out on Joshua? Or
That,
Joshua pulled a sword out?
no, the captain of the Lord pulled their sword out on Joshua, I think. Joshua.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, we're gonna have to revisit that too. But man, you see what I'm saying right here, brother Apollo? Like how would you break this down? I know you got a lot of experience with the hand of the Lord. Um, so is this the hand of the Lord in verse 40 in Deuteronomy 32?
Hold on, I'm about to go there. You know my position, right?
Yeah.
And I definitely could see that there, right? Because you if you understand what 39 is saying, that's definitely than what I'm saying.
Once he send them angels out and tell them to come back with your head.
You can't do nothing. There's nothing you could do. And them was the four winds. Like, you know what I mean? Then he said, and once I lift my angels up to heaven.
Okay, so let's go back to Revelation 10 and line it up now. So you can't get away from the hand of the Lord neither. So, uh, verse 5, Revelation 10 and 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lift up his hand to heaven and swear by him that liveth forever and ever. Swear by him, not swearing by himself. So this angel is not swearing by himself. He's swearing by him that liveth forever.
The Ancient of Days.
Go back to Deuteronomy 32. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. Wait a minute, man.
See?
I know you
That
see
he
something.
is the one who lived. He said, I live forever. I live forever. Right? But the Ancient of Days don't, you know what I mean? Is outside of existence.
Uh-huh.
He's the
Outside of
first
time.
because he's the firstborn in the first, you know what I'm saying? There was.
Mm-hmm. Let me go back to Revelation 10.
And
Man.
he's the living God, right?
Right. And then in the New Testament it said the angels swear by him that liveth forever and ever. What's the difference between ever and ever and ever? Or since it left the Hebrew and went to Greek, is it the same thing?
Say it one more time. They say the read the verse again.
You know when you read Deuteronomy 32, it said he uh he lives forever. When you go to Revelation chapter 10, it says they swear by him that liveth forever and ever.
I mean, you can't say that one ever is two evers.
You can't say that. That's why I'm bringing it up. Like I'm looking at it like it. Since one is an angel and one is Yahweh, is in the context can be drawn from having two evers in one context and only one in another.
But what if the one that's speaking is saying that he swear he might not be Yahweh?
Yeah, that's what I see in Revelation 10. But Deuteronomy 32, that is Yahweh saying, hold on. He's saying, I live forever.
Right. In
Revel
Revelations, that might be the angel swearing to him.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So this verse would so if you read Deuteronomy 32 and 40, and it said, and if it read like this, for I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever and ever
I lift up my angel.
to heaven and say, I live forever and ever instead of saying forever. I guess my question was, would that change the context? think the way the Hebrew word just saying forever is Christ. So
Is he the ever and ever?
I have to see how that word is used in the scriptures.
We can look it up in the blue letter.
Because when you go to Psalm 90:2, and then you go to Micah 5. I think Psalm 90:2 say, let me go, I don't want to misquote it. I think you got the same type of analogy right there. So Psalm 90:2, it says, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hast formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. So this one say everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. But when you go to Micah 5, I can't spell Micah. Go modify. It just says he's. Oh, no, okay. I see. This is saying the same thing. So I bet you if we go into the blue letter in Micah 5:2, where it says, "Whose going forth have been from old, from everlasting," I bet that's Olam, Olam. So it's probably doubling down and basically saying the same thing. Let me check. I hope you're following me, brother. See why I'm asking this question. Nope, that's
Yeah.
two different words.
Yeah.
From antiquity or ancient time, from the beginning. Man, it's a cut right here, man. God damn. From the beginning, from everlasting, which is Olam. From ancient time, from forever, from always. From eternity, from a long duration, from
That ever in Revelations 10 is the whole age embracing the shorter ages.
oh man, that's ion, bro. That's ion. That's the word for when you go to Hebrews 1 and say he also made the worlds. A lot of people don't realize that he's saying he made time. So ion represents time to me. And this verse proves it. But this is the same word that's in Hebrews, I think 1, where it says God who at sundry times.
So is this the saying most high? Is this another way of saying most high?
In Revelation 10.
10 and 6.
Ooh, boy, this a banger. Man, let me process this because it ends. It says that there should be time no longer. Goodness, and swear by him that liveth forever. So the angels swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven. I say Christ who created heaven. And the things that therein are in the earth, and the things that therein are in the sea, and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. Oh, okay. So that when it says that there should be time no longer, it's saying the time to fulfill these prophecies are now. That's what they're saying. Ain't no, and we not waiting no more.
And to say the mystery of God will be revealed in one of the verses, right? Or the mystery.
Yeah. I think that's
And
verse.
look, now who gave Ezekiel the scroll?
Uh, I want to answer correctly, man. So it could be the hand or it could be Yahweh. I would just have to go back and read
It
Ezekiel
said
1.
the hand. The hand gave it to him. And then
You see how I answered that though, right?
yeah, and then at the top it said a mighty angel came.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably the angel of the Lord.
Yep. Man, that angel of the Lord is a real mystery, my boy.
Zechariah 1. That's where I be saying. That's why I say that the angel of the Lord is one of the four angels to stand. Hand of the Lord.
So you asking me in Revelation 20, another way of saying the Most High. Man, that damn term get me beat up a lot, man. I mean, it gets me whooped because if I show them exactly what's in the book and I take them straight to the blue letter and I say, see, it's two most highs, but one is just a most high for man to be able to reach the highest. Get what I'm saying? And they jump all over me. Because you see a lot of, you see another most high in Daniel chapter 7. It's like, matter of fact, in the book of Daniel, it's like three most highs.
But if you just go back to the first, what's the first commandment?
No gods before me.
One most high.
Yeah, but when I say that there is another most high, but it's like me saying like if I'm
You could just
in
like
a
how I
unit,
say that Jesus is God. I ain't saying he's the most high.
yeah, it's the same analogy, but I was gonna use like maybe like a classroom or a college campus or something. Like my professor is the most high for this course, but the dean of academics is the reason why I try to please my professor.
How many deans is there?
One dean.
One most high.
But when I break it down like that, they still don't get it. They think that I'm breaking the first commandment, but they don't understand that I know that's the number one way you get dropped. So at that point, it'd be my job to pick my words carefully so they don't get confused, and everybody knows I suck at that. So I'm trying to come up with real world examples to be able to better illustrate that. But you know what I'm gonna do now from now on? I'm gonna be in conversation with somebody, might be in the mall in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm saying, hold on, man, let me call my boy for you real quick. Paulo, hey man, go ahead, hit him up real quick.
You funny, man.
I'm for real. Man, I'm rude in speech like Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. I'm rude in speech. Man, I be having an understanding and can't tell you how to understand it, how I understand it.
See, that's what makes me hard. When a person don't understand me, I gotta learn not to get frustrated with their not being able to understand me. And then that's what makes my words get shortened from their not understanding. It's like when somebody understand, my vocabulary opens up. I gotta have that same vocabulary for somebody that don't understand.
Man, hey, you been looking at the chat? I just checked the chat, man. They got SMH and IBM is in the chat, man. They trying to get on the link.
Well, I didn't even know we was live until the brother said it. But if they and y'all hit Karina up and see if she gonna drop the link.
Yeah, because I don't know if she done put it on and just let it roll or what. But it looked like they've been trying to get in the chat, trying to see what SMH got to drop on it. Yeah, IBM said he said he said he said John met the book. Pause. He didn't eat Jesus. Uh
He must not know what we was talking about. But he didn't eat Jesus.
yes, I agree with him. Um
Nah, we wasn't talking about that though. Was we?
yeah,
I
you know
wasn't
when he
talking.
was eating it, we was applying different analogies to what the
That's why I went to Ezekiel to show what exactly what it meant. That's in Ezekiel 2, and then it goes into the top of 3.
yeah, see he breaking down the seals, right? So he breaking down the seals. Um so it's I see where he coming from with how he breaking this down because he mentioning the four horsemen. So uh I think from the way that he's explaining it, he don't realize that we understand that like the seals that are basically you gotta pop 7 seals to start blowing 7 trumpets and 7 vials of wrath. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
you
he
don't
probably
start
don't.
blowing no trumpets until the 7th seal gets broken. And then that's when the trumpets and the vials of wrath go forth. So I'm with the brother on because basically what IBM is saying that you have to find a fulfillment of them seals um in between the time Christ died going forward. That's how he opened up the book with the 7 seals. And that's why I was asking earlier. Um, that's why I was asking earlier. I gotta rephrase what I say, but yeah, I find fulfillment of the 6 seals, 7 seals being opened up before them trumpets blow. But I think the purpose of the 6 seals is so we can access those vials of wrath and the earth starts to get judged. According to Revelation 8, Revelation 9, and Revelation 16. You have to put all those trumpets and vials of wrath together simultaneously. Like for instance, I like to use seal 6. I mean trumpet 6, vial 6, for instance. So if you go to Revelation 9 and you find the sixth trumpet, you go to Revelation 16 and find the sixth vial of wrath. They're the same thing, but they don't start happening until the 7th seal is open. And Christ is the fulfillment of that. Like he starts the ball rolling with with his bloodshed. So I wish the brother had jumped on. But he's saying a lot of stuff. He said, all wisdom comes from God. We agree. The first 4 seals were open when Christ died. Kind of, but I definitely think his blood starts that those seals being opened. John met the book. Pause. He ain't eat Jesus. LOL. James, John, and Cephas. Seal 6 is about the true believers of the word being taken up. I don't know about that one. Let me keep reading. Being taken up. Jesus is the fulfillment of all those books. Agreed. Fulfillment. I'm pretty sure wherever you was dropping that, I agree. He's on the ropes now. I don't know who he's talking to. Nigga on the ropes. Look like one book holds the 7 seals. Revelations. Right. I could see that. I could see that. He's saying that the little book. I don't know if I'm understanding you right, IBM. I see you wrote a comment that says like one book holds the 7 seals, Revelations. So that I guess if I understand what he's typing, he's saying that the little book that was passed to John could be the book with the 7 seals. Like it's like I guess that's what he's saying. Nigga on you heard. Drop the link. Thanks, no problem, fam. It's a good conversation starter for sure. Matthew 2, fam. Man, I wish I was reading these comments while we was
Yeah, I wasn't even paying it. I didn't even know he was live, so I
look
wasn't looking at no comments.
like, man, we would have been we would have had a lot of participation at that time. But shit, I don't think we're gonna get no link this late. Guess we'll come back and try and chop it up tomorrow, man. It got late as hell, man.
No doubt. I looked up, it was 4:00. I didn't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, my son ain't finna go to sleep unless I go to sleep, man. He's still up.
But hey, man, tomorrow we gonna go over that. I want you to look at what I did to the cat, man.
Yeah, I'm finna go to sleep with that right there, man. And I know you went on here and sliced him up.
Oh man. If I knew it was gonna end right there, I would have taught my shit. But you know, it is what it is. It's on video
And you did that today?
today.
So I was on there earlier today, and he was cutting up Deacon on the slick boy. I'm talking about he was eating them up. And when he mentioned the fiery serpent, he said, "Yeah, man, you know it's a teacher out here. He teaching that Christ is a fiery serpent." And I'm just like, "Oh boy, here we go. Christ
Nah,
is a
no.
fiery serpent."
Man, when you see what I did to him, man, I'm telling you, he didn't converse with all type of Caucasians, all walks of life. He got me out of there quick when he seen where I was taking him. I took him down that road, man, straight up. And Katazak gonna be just chilling in the back like he ain't know who I was, man. That's what make it even
He'll
wilder.
do that. Act like he playing on his phone. He sink down in
Yeah,
his
yeah,
chair,
like here on
lean
the
back.
phone. You know who when he come on like, yo, yeah, you know what I mean, you dude from, cause even Captain said it to him, like, yo, why didn't you say nothing? Yeah, you sat back the whole time. You knew exactly who I was, man. Stop playing. But we gonna get to it, man. I got a couple reviews, man, that I'm gonna get to these jokers out here, man.
Yeah.
But I get with you though, man. We gonna bust it up tomorrow, man. His is going on the chopping block tomorrow, man.
Man, they already on there, man. We done did our job already, man. We only trying to every day we waking up, we trying to prove this one thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta see. If you can't see it, I be feeling sorry for the people who can't see it, because I be like,
It ain't for 'em.
that means you can't hear his voice then.
You can't even understand. Once you understand that, the Bible will just open up.
All the way. It open up all the way.
If we sitting here with the book, and we showing you and you still can't get it, you gotta realize, man, that he said that he gonna harden their ears. They, you know, he gonna shut their ears. He gonna make them blind and harden their heart, bro.
He said that the kids is gonna be able to get this, man. You're gonna get understanding, then you gotta go back down, all the way back down to zero and relearn it.
Man,
You are
listen, read me a precept real quick before we get off, man. You making me think of Hebrews 5:12.
all right, hold on. Pull it out.
Oh man, get it
Five,
11. Get
five
it
and 12,
11, bro. Get it 11.
11.
Yeah,
Of,
roll that thing on down, bro, and we'll get us some rest, man.
no doubt. Of whom we have many things to say and hard to be uttered, seeing we are are dull of hearing, for when for when for the time ye ought to be teachers, we have need to be one teach and one again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and or become such have need of milk, wow, and not of strong meat.
So the first principles of the oracles of God,
Man.
right? You have need that one teach you again.
Mm. That definitely could need end on that note, man. Straight up, man. You gotta get. That's how you gotta get baptized again, man. Straight up.
Hey, Shalom, ma.
Shalom.